Hello there, and thanks for joining me today. It's good to see you, and it's good to be talking once again on subject of the week. So today I'm going to be sharing the safety meditation and variations of the safety meditation, and so you can practice this through the day, and this will really help with the core issue of chronic pain, which is a subconscious program unlearning in your mind and in your brain that pain is fearful, or chronic pain is fearful. So the safety meditation comes from Howard Schubiner. He is a co-author in the big study that came out from Boulder, Colorado in September 29th from the journal JAMA Psychiatry. And Howard taught me this safety meditation and safety practice at the beginning of the year when we had a video call, and he sent me the information on this. So this comes from the essence of his work for many years now. It was the essence of the first element of the study, where he taught patients how to learn to be safe. And so let's just go through 3 different things tonight, and for different times of your day you can practice this. So the first one is when the pain is severe, and what I mean by severe is high, 5 and above, so generally high level pain, so moderate to severe pain. You can say these statements through the day, and it's something I would encourage that you say every 10 seconds to manage your mind. Now you won't have to say it every 10 seconds, but if that's the starting point, then you can adjust that as time goes on, and you won't need to say as much. But the concept here is you must rein in the mind as soon as you can. So the safety protocol or safety affirmation, which is a variation of the safety meditation, which I'll speak about in a minute, is this. So what you can say when you've got your pain is you can say, I'm safe. I'm safe. I'm not in danger. I'm not under threat. I'm safe. I'm safe. So the reason for this is when you've got chronic pain, the limbic system is automatically responding as though there is a tiger in the room. And there ain't no tiger in the room. Well, I hope so. I hope not, anyway. But it thinks it's in danger, and therefore it's got this signal of sending on for the sympathetic nervous system and off for the parasympathetic system, or a change within that system, and therefore you get that fight-flight response, or if it's worse, freeze response type of thing. But if you can tell yourself you're not in danger, I'm safe, I'm safe, I'm safe, I'm not in danger, then you're reinforcing this message, which needs to happen on a regular basis, daily basis, even every 10-second basis to begin with, to reprogram this brain. And it can take about 2 months for the brain to really start to change and grow new neurons that are sufficient to create a habit that is ongoing. So the safety statements, we'll call them: I'm safe, I'm not in danger. And I think Howard uses those words because people do think they're in danger sometimes, or they do think they're under threat, or they certainly feel in their hormonal response inside is anxiety, worry, sometimes depression. And it's like you're running away from something when you can't run away from yourself. So safety statements are really important. Okay, the next one I'll discuss is a safety meditation, and this is something I advise my patients to do morning and night in bed. And it's a variation of this, as you'll find out. But I've included other statements that are of a deeper nature than the mind, and that is of the soul. So let's go through this. So you could start off by saying, I'm safe, I'm completely healthy, I'm completely healthy. Now, you may not think that at this moment, but I'd like you to say it anyway, because there's reasons for that. We'll come back to that in a minute. And then move on to other affirmations, like I am peace, I am peace, I am joy, I am joy, I am love, I am love. So the reasons for these statements is it's a statement from yourself to the universe or God, and your brain and everything in between, that's your pure state of the soul, which is joy, peace, and love. And when we speak these affirmations, there is nothing more powerful in the universe than a conscious human stating these things. And as if you say it in bed, lying in bed as you head off to sleep, you've literally reprogrammed the subconscious for hours afterwards. Wayne Dyer, in his book, his last book, mentions this and how it's about 4 hours of programming can go on by just these statements. And if you say these words and statements before you get up out of bed, you're setting yourself on the right foot to therefore optimize your experience. Okay, so these are the affirmations, and then once you say the affirmations, you go into a state where you are thinking about a time in the past where you felt these experiences. You have to go back a long way, or maybe you're with a person like a grandmother from a long time ago, or a grandchild, or you're in a place like on a beach. Beach is the commonest one I find with my patients. So if you imagine yourself in this visualized place in your mind, you go there, you feel these feelings of joy and bliss and safety and feeling healthy, feeling loved, and then you take those feelings and you multiply them by 2. And then you take those feelings and multiply them by 2. And you take those feelings and multiply them by 2. So you're really jacking up the sensations in the body. And what you're doing there is you're stimulating oxytocin, the love bonding hormone, dopamine, the reward hormone, serotonin, the happy hormone, and also the endorphins and other morphine-like substances in the brain that give you a rise in pain relief or a reduction in pain. So these hormones and neurotransmitters, peptides, are firing off in the brain, firing off around the body, and you're literally changing the chemical soup of your being. And when we do that, we are programming ourselves for what you're saying, which is, I'm safe, I'm healthy, I'm peace, I'm joy, I'm love. And therefore you are changing your reality one little moment at a time. So if you could spend a few minutes doing this morning and night, it literally sets you off in the right direction. It changes your direction for the day and for the sleep. And it's extremely powerful, extremely powerful. This is a little bit of a variation from the work with Joe Dispenza and his affirmations and visualizations that he gets his clients to do in workshops that last a whole week, and they spend almost the entire week in these kind of states of positivity and affirmations, and there's remarkable scientific evidence behind what he's doing and showing spontaneous remissions of diseases. So this is very powerful stuff, and it's leading edge, and now we've got some medical studies showing the benefits of this type of approach. So that's the second one. And the third little tip tonight is, when your pain is low, say it's a 1, a 2, a 3, or a 4, then you can use this safety little mantra to yourself while you sit or walk and just observe your pain, the sensations of it. And you're going to get curious about tracking it. Where is it? Oh, it's, say, in my top of my head. And then it's moving down to my left eye region. And then, oh yeah, it's a little bit tingly, and it's changing from tingly to a little bit more numbness. Oh, I just feel it's gone away. Now it's come on the little right side, just beside my eyebrow. So literally you're tracking it, and you're being present with it. You're being curious of the sensations, and you're definitely not thinking about it going away at this point. You're definitely not wanting to wish it away or go and take a tablet for it, or do a distraction technique. No, that's not the time to do this. The time is to sit and be present and in a non-judgment state, an acceptance state. Hang out with it. And amazingly, this practice helps the brain to normalize it and then switch the nervous system and literally get rid of it. So, little practice there, and by saying I'm safe, I'm safe, I'm safe, I'm safe, as you go through this practice, that will reinforce the training that we need in the brain at the core level, which is to change the fear program. So there we go. 3 little tips for different times of the day, for different levels of pain. The first one, higher levels of pain. The middle one, at any time. In fact, you can do the safety meditation anytime. I only recommend if it's higher pain or no pain. And then the last little one is if the pain's lower and you're doing that body pain sensation tracking. So this is leading edge science. It's amazing to finally get a study that's showing this with Alan Gordon from LA and also Howard Schubiner and the researcher, I think it's Afshari, down in LA. So these are the 3 main authors of that big Boulder, Colorado study. So thanks so much for listening. It's always good to be here. It's good to share this. You know, the reason I shared this tonight is because a patient was asking me about, oh, do you have any tapes? Do you have any CDs? You know, you should get a YouTube channel. I says, well, funnily you say that. Tonight on YouTube and as well as the other platforms here, I'll do this safety meditation. And I haven't done it, gone through it, but I've explained it. So just listen to this, take some notes, practice it, and yeah, so not only can you do a meditation, but you can do these other practices. And you know, at the end of the day, it's about just doing it until it becomes second nature and becomes your new reality on the brain level, and you will be changed. So there you go. Thanks so much for listening. It's good to be here. Take care. Thanks for joining the course. I look forward to seeing you next time.